Where was your first job? How did you get it?
Well, this was kind of a stroke of luck because I was originally planning on going back to Seattle University and getting a faculty position. But when I was walking past Bernie Woodrow's office and his door was open. He was talking on the phone and he motioned, he said, "John, come on in." And at the time he was talking to Ed McCluskey at Princeton, who wanted to know if there were any PhD students graduating who would make good faculty. And Bernie handed me the phone and said, "Talk to Ed McCluskey." And I talked to him a little, and McCluskey invited me back to Princeton for an interview. And I had never thought of, going back, but I thought, I ought to at least go for the interview. And I went for the interview, and when they offered me a job, I thought it'd be good to see what an Ivy League institution is like. And go there for 3 years. But even then, I still thought maybe of going back to Seattle University. I didn't realize, that to get tenure, you had to publish papers.
Yeah. That idea wasn't there yet.
That idea wasn't there yet.
It's interesting, most people nowadays don't know how the field was at that time.
Yeah.
I got my PhD in the Munich Institute of Technology in Germany, and I got a job at Stanford without an interview. My thesis advisor wrote to George Forsyth, the chair, said, "Take him," and they took me. This was a time when all of the new departments was in 1964, Purdue, and then Stanford, Cornell, and others 65, 66, and so on. They're all looking for faculty members. They couldn't find them.
Right.
So it's totally different ball game than today.
Right, but there wasn't the same emphasis on publications, because I had 0 publications when Princeton hired me. I don't know if I had actually submitted my thesis yet, or whether I was still writing my first publication.
Yes.
Today, you wouldn't get into a PhD program probably. At that time, they wanted someone with a PhD and someone who would do research, because they thought that that would keep them up to date with the field their entire career. But it wasn't that they were hiring somebody because they wanted to increase the research reputation of the institution. I mean, the focus was much more on educating the next generation of talent than it is today.